Hey everybody! In this video, I'm going to show you step by step how to take your songs to the next level. We're going to take a simple song that you know, and we're going to add in walk-ups and walk-downs and seventh chords, chord substitutions, and even a 2-5-1 progression. But we're going to do it in a way that's easy and that you can add into your own songs. My name is Christine, and here at the Gospel Method, we want to give you all the tools you need to play your favorite gospel songs on the piano. For tons of free resources like the handout we're using today, go to thegospelmethod.com, and there's a free resources section there where you can download it. And be sure to subscribe to this YouTube channel so you don't miss the videos that go with it. So let's jump right into our tutorial today. I have this I Need Thee Every Hour. This is one you could probably find if you Googled it, free chord chart. This is probably what you would get. But we want to take this and turn it into this. I need thee every hour, most gracious Lord. No tender voice like thine can peace afford. So, how can we take this, which only has like 3 chords in it, and it seemed like every time I had a beat, my hand was going somewhere else? Well, this is using the same kind of puzzle piece principle that we used over in year 1 and 2. And that's where we had, we talked about walk-ups and walk-downs and walking bass lines, but we can do the same thing in creating passing chords. So passing chords are chords that don't live in the original, but they create little pieces that are, so we're moving all the time. We're never just sitting on a C chord, right? There's things that we can do inside of it, and there's different rules that we can do that make it really simple. So we're going to start with something that we are familiar with already. We're going to do the walk-ups, walk-downs, and 7th chords first, and then we're going to go back to that original, and I'm going to show you things like the chord substitutions, the 2-5-1 progressions, and the passing chords, some of the ones that might be newer to you, so then you can add them in wherever you like them. So the rule for walk-ups and walk-downs, so that we can kind of get in that mind space, walk-ups, we want to have from 1 going to 4, or 5 going to the 1. And this is referring to the Nashville number system, which we have a whole video on. I will go down below. But in the key of C, it would be C going to F and G going to the C. So you can see here, I have a C chord, and the very next chord is an F. So I'm like, hey, I can turn that C into a walk-up. Let's find a G here. The next chord is a C. Great. I've made that yellow. That's going to be a walk-up. And I've done that over here in the chorus as well. And then I see, okay, for my walk downs, the rule is the same, just backwards. Okay, so we could do 4 going to the 1, which isn't as common, but we see it sometimes. And then the 5, the 1 going to the 5, that's really common. Okay, so we're going to see that a lot, C going down to the G here. Okay, now there is both examples in this song, but when you're doing it on your own, the 4 to the 1 sometimes works, sometimes doesn't. So let's see, we have 1 going to 5, C going to G. So the next chord is G, so I'm going to walk down to my G. F going to C, I'm walking down to my C. So that shows you why I color them, right? It's like, well, where do I put the walk-ups? Like, I can do it when you write them, but now you can go in your songs and put them in wherever you want. Okay, and then the other rule is for our 7th chords, is here's some easy ones. If you have a 5 chord, so in this case it would be a G chord, almost all of those you can make a 7. They usually will work. Any minor chord you can make a 7. There isn't any in this song, but if you had an A minor, just change it to A minor 7. Sounds beautiful. And then there's one that's a little particular. If you wanted to use a C chord, like if you want to make a C7 in the key of C, this is your 1 chord. We want to make sure that it's going to, so I'll say on the way, to an F chord. Okay, so we wouldn't want to do a C, where's an example? Like this C right here, it's going to G. It's not going to sound right if we make that a C7. But since this C is going to F, just like the walk-up, right? The C is going to F, then you could make it a C7. Sometimes you can see if it sounds nice. So with all of these, of course, it's by taste. You're going to play it and see. I've done a ridiculous example here where I have every single one that we could do written down, I think. And so it's going to feel a little busy, but you can choose like, oh, I really like that walk up, that walk down, and I want to make my G's 7. And that to you is like, that's enough sprinkles for me, right? So I'll play through this so you can hear it, and then we'll go up again and we'll add some different things on the top one. So, I need thee every hour, most gracious Lord. No tender voice like thine can peace afford. I need thee, oh, I need thee. Every hour I need thee. Oh, bless me now, my Savior. I come to thee. So you can see it gives it a really traditional sound. I have added tons of walk-ups and walk-downs, of course. But even any walk-ups and walk-downs, it's that traditional, it's straight, it's lovely. And if you do need help, if you're not sure, like, what were you playing there for your walk-ups and walk-downs, we have full 1-hour videos down below. I'll link for how to play a walk-up, how to play a walk-down, and where we come up with those letters. Okay? So that would be that. That's one way we could change this song. Now, another thing we could change is something called 2-5-1 progressions, or chord substitutions, or passing chords. Now, I'm going to start with chord substitutions first because that's going to be the easiest to see on here. But all that means is that you take one of the chords and you change it to a different chord, all right? But there are some rules. We wouldn't want to change this C to an F sharp or this G to a B flat. There are some rules, and there is an extensive full lesson over on the premium membership that's going to give you like the whole chart, and we're going to do a whole bunch of examples. But I'll give you one here, is that C can sometimes change to A minor, and it will still sound really pretty. So we're going to go ahead and change this C to A minor. So it is no longer a C. The C does not exist. It is gone. Okay? And we're going to play A minor instead. And like I said, if you want the full chart of like every possibility and lots of examples of chord substitutions, go over to the premium membership. There is a 7-day free trial for that, so you can check it out. And I actually use this song, and we add in, I think, 6 or 7 chord substitutions. But let's see what that sounds like. I need thee every hour, most gracious Lord. Here it comes. No tender voice like thine. Ooh, it's so pretty, right? It gives a little different mood to the song. The song is the same. We haven't changed it. Like I said, we didn't change it to like F sharp or something, right? It's not a wrong note. There is a rule system that we can do and change certain ones here and there, and it gives it this really soft and comforting sound. And so that's called chord substitutions. All right, so we've done that. That sounds really pretty there. Now, the next thing we could do is a passing chord. Now, passing chords are like the little sprinkles you put on top of your food. So if this is our meat and potatoes or our rice, a passing chord, we're not going to put a lot of it. It's not going to be played for a lot of beats, right? We're not going to be playing it for a long time. We're just going to sprinkle a little one, and it's going to sound really nice. And here's a rule for a really popular passing chord. This passing chord changed my life, okay? It's called a diminished passing chord, and it works before a minor chord. And so we have one minor chord, so we're going to do it right here, where we just made this an A minor. And right before this A minor, we are going to add in a diminished chord. So in order to figure out what it is first I'm going to play my minor chord. So my A minor, my root is A. And then I'm going to take that note and I'm going to go left 1/2 step. Okay, so the root of my minor chord is A. I'm going left by 1, which gets me to G sharp. And I'm going to make that a diminished chord. So G sharp diminished would go right here on that slash. Okay, so this C has been replaced by A minor. This slash has been replaced with a G sharp diminished. So again, A minor, find your root, A, go down 1/2 step, G sharp. Okay, G sharp, make G sharp a diminished chord, which to do that we'd go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I'll write that in for you. So G sharp diminished, if you want to play with this, it's really, really pretty. We're going to end up with G sharp and B and D, in root position, and then for your inversion, actually, because we're going to be here, G sharp diminished with inversion, you would go B, D, and G sharp. Okay, and left hand would have to match. You have to have that G sharp too. Okay, and listen to how beautiful. We're only going to play it for one beat right here on that slash chord, and it makes, or not on the slash, and it's going to sound so pretty. So, I need thee every hour, most gracious Lord, no tender voice like thine. Oh my, so pretty. Okay, so that's we call that a passing chord. It connects two chords. It's just like a little extra spice. It's one beat, but it makes a huge difference. Those diminished passing chords, you can use them with your minor chords. They will create that gospel-y sound. In some of my lessons, I've taught students this diminished, and they're like, that's what I was looking for. Like, I hear it, and I'm like, what is that? And so, again, if you want more examples, we have, I think 7 examples in the premium membership for I Need Thee Every Hour. There's a full lesson on adding different types of passing chords to this song. But that gives you the idea of how it works. And then if you want more practice or more examples and you want me to go through the whole song and add in all 6 or 7 of them, I can't remember how many we had there, definitely go to the premium membership. Again, 7-day free trial. Why not? Go check it out. All right, so beautiful. We have chord substitution. We have a diminished passing chord. Now, 2-5-1. This is the one where everybody's like, it's so complicated. How do I do this 2-5-1 progression? Because we're going to add 2 chords now at a time and kind of make like a little family. But it's not as hard as you think. We're going to do it on the example right here, the C chord. And what we're going to be doing is making 2 chords before C to get us to C. So just like we sometimes do with a walk-up, right? We're walking to the new chord. We're going to do that, but with chords now. All right? Now, 2-5-1 passing chord, what that is talking about is the Nashville number system. So that's where that 2 and the 5 comes from. But there's a simple way that you can do it even if you don't know the Nashville number system. So what you're going to do is find your original chord, which is C, and you're going to count up 5. C, D, E, F, G. So this chord right before us, so see that slash chord, this is going to be a G, something. Okay, we don't know exactly what yet, but we know it's a G. Then you're going to count up 5 more. G, A, B, C, D. And this slash chord is going to be a D something. Okay, we don't know what yet. So we know it's going to be D, G, and C. So there's our little ladder taking us to C. Now the rule is make the first one a minor 7. Make the second one a regular 7, and you end up with this 2-5-1. Okay, that's where it comes from. There's 2-5-1. But you can just think of it as a little family. And it sounds really pretty. You can play with both hands, and it sounds like this. I need thee every hour. So you can see it's filling in the gaps of where we would normally just be playing, I need thee every hour, right? It's just like, C, 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 C. And it's a totally new chord, D minor 7. Like, how is that related to C? But it works. I need thee every hour, most great. And you could keep doing it, right? And then, like I said with the other ones, I have a whole lesson where we go through every single chord and we talk about what the 2-5-1 could be, why they work, why they sometimes don't work, and then how you can add them in. And then in the premium membership, that one I played at the beginning where it has all of them mixed together, it has 2-5-1, all the diminished, the walk-ups, the chord substitutions, everything all together. There's a whole lesson on that and how to make your own as well. Okay, so again, I need thee every hour, most gracious Lord, no tender voice like thine can peace afford. I need thee, oh, I need thee, every hour I need thee, oh, bless me now, my Savior, I come to thee. So that arrangement explained step by step, puzzle piece by puzzle piece, is over in the premium membership. But this gives you those pieces. Now you know. What do they mean when they say 2-5-1 passing? What do they mean when they say chord substitution? And you can start to play around with these little rules that I've shared today. And what I would love is if you could do it with I Need Thee or Amazing Grace or something that you know really well. Take a picture of what you've created and send it to me, and I'm going to have, later on down the road, I'm going to be showcasing some of these on the YouTube channel. So if you can put your name if you want to, you don't have to, and just send me like, hey, I put this one in, I put this passing chord in, I tried this out, and then we're going to be sharing some of your creations on the YouTube channel. So if you haven't done so, be sure to subscribe. Go get this handout, which is totally free, over on thegospelmethod.com under the free membership. And right now we have that 7-day free trial for the premium. Why not check it out? It's got all the levels of I Need Thee. I think there's 5 levels, and each one has its own handout and its own video. And you can really jump in and learn about all these different passing chords and the ways that you can spice up your own songs without having to rely on other people, without having to buy chord charts. You can do it yourself. Alright, I hope you really enjoyed this. Like this video, share this with a friend, and we'll see you next time. Bye!